You are the author of H.R. 3134, the Defund Planned Parenthood Act of 2015, coming out of the House. I'm sure that you were watching. I'm sure that you were watching what was happening in the Senate, and I'm sure you're disappointed about that bill being stalled out.
Yes, I am. I was really hoping that we would see some action in the Senate today, and I am disappointed in that. But that doesn't mean that we can't move forward in the House and pass something that we can pass over to them.
Do you think that you're going to have a lot more luck in the House as opposed to what our your Republican colleagues had in the Senate?
Well, I think that we will. I already have over 150 co-sponsors on my bill, and there are a number of people who generally don't co-sponsor something, but they will vote for it once it comes to the floor. So I think that we will be able to pass it without much problem at all, and
right.
We will then have a measure that we can send to them.
Are you worried about the rhetorical trap that and I'm sure you're anticipating, the media is going to lay, not just for you, but for other Republican members of Congress, and they're going to try to say, well, these are the Republicans they're trying to defund government over this, when ultimately, I mean, really, this is the administration taking a stand that they're willing to sacrifice the financing the day-to-day operations of D.C. over this issue. Does that concern you?
Well, my concern is that we get this situation taken care of. And I have been for years talking about Planned Parenthood and the fact that they really are an abortion industry. They're the biggest abortion provider in the entire country. And as you well know, 327,000 abortions are done in their organizations across the country to a tune of $500 million. And so I am concerned that we take this money and actually put it someplace where there's true preventative health care for women. And obviously abortions are not health care.
Right.
So they're going to try to twist and turn this. But I will tell you this, Dana, is that I have been very pleased about the fact that the Democrats, and particularly Democrat women, have not flooded the House floor trying to protect Planned Parenthood, because I think anybody who has a conscience looks at what's going on in those videos, in those undercover videos, and can see that this really is activity that we cannot be proud of as Americans.
It amazes me that we can't, Congresswoman, at least right now, while you and others in Washington, D.C. move to investigate, because where's the transparency in this group that receives so much taxpayer money, at least freeze their funds while these efforts to determine the legality of their actions are underway. Is there any at all recourse to do that that's open to members of Congress?
Well, we're hoping by this bill that we will again put pressure on our Senate colleagues. If it passes overwhelmingly in the House, then we send that over to them, and that measure potentially could have enough pressure through constituents calling the offices of the various senators to pass that. There are other ways to do this by appropriations, and so it's not the end of the day because we didn't have success over in the Senate today. I'm disappointed, but it still is not the end of the day. And I have been saying now for the past 40 years, because I'm sure you know that I'm a nurse and have worked in this field since Roe v. Wade was decided, that the only way this would ever change is by winning the hearts and minds of people. That would put pressure on Washington to change what's going on. And I think that this does that. I'm hearing from people even that are pro-choice that they are really just very disgusted with what's going on. And
right.
You talk about investigation. We'd like to stop the money flowing until we at least investigate it, but we have asked Loretta Lynch to investigate this. She says she's going to investigate the folks at the Center for Medical Progress that have filmed this, but she hasn't assured us that the investigation on this activity is going to occur, and there is some illegal activity, despite the fact that I'm pro-life. There are some things going on there that are illegal.